We purchased the Reichman 3 seasons ago, and it's absolutely state-of-the-art stone grinder.
Wow. So that looks like a Euro kind of a machine.
Yeah, pretty much everything is European. This is German. And you can program it, you can set whatever base pattern you want. You can set it up depending upon conditions, but for our normal rental fleet, we have a pattern that works really well all around. We know what that is, but we can vary it. If somebody brings a ski in that whatever the original manufacturer's pattern is, we can duplicate that. Just through programming the machine, it can be set up to do that. So if somebody has a vocal and they're like, oh, I just love the pattern it came with, it slides well, I like it, we can duplicate that for them. Or if they bring something in and say, boy, these just don't work, and what can you do, we can do that. The big thing a stone grinder does is flattens the ski. So we want a flat base across, which with some of our big fat skis gets harder and harder as you get a really wide ski. So the manufacturers have to put a little more effort into building a flat ski. But we can take it, after a couple seasons, usually you'll get a concave a little bit or a convex base. Just from skiing it, time, they'll change. So we can go back in, flatten it back out so we're as smooth as possible. Flat keeps you from getting hooky, where the ski grabs too tight, or it just doesn't feel like it has any edge. So we go back to where it just turns in, it feels really nice all the time. That can all be done with the stone grinder. Once we've been through the stone, then we'll reset the edge angles, wax it, it's ready to go. For the race thing, we'll go a little bit further, and that's where I go polish the edges with a diamond stone so they're very, very smooth, and all the little burring that you get goes away. There are some very fancy machines that we don't have that have a ceramic disc to set the edges. Most manufacturers start their skis that way. Those are incredibly expensive machines. They make this one look cheap. So that stuff you can still do by hand quite well. So we'll set that up, set the edge angles depending upon what the manufacturer wants. Or again, if somebody, boy, I like this edge angle, I want something more aggressive, we can change things around and set it up. So there's a lot to, yeah, it's a black base, slides, throw some wax on it. That works great for most of the time. When you start to get up and we're looking at, I lost a race by 4 100ths. That's so minuscule, it's ridiculous, and that may be in ski prep going in there. And I've won races by that amount. So I don't know, I've always been a tech guy like that. Like a race car mechanic in the summer, so I'm always working with my hands and doing that kind of thing. So I'm into doing prep and getting it set, and it's like, okay, if I know the ski's right, then it's all me. And I can't blame myself for not taking that extra 30 minutes to fix the ski and make it right before I go out. And then I know everything's right there, and it gives me a little confidence too. It's like, yeah, my skis are going to be good, so now I just go out and ski good and we'll go fast, hopefully.
Yeah, I had no idea there was all this patterning that like the ski comes with from the manufacturer.
Yeah, it's and the manufacturer, and they'll vary it depending upon what the ski is. A quote race ski, sometimes they will come where you finish it yourself. The edge angles are not set, the base is not actually final ground, and you're dealing with very high-end stuff there. But they'll come that way. Most of the time, a citizen race ski, it comes prepped from the factory, it's set, and then you can duplicate that or you can change it. I've worked with a couple of younger kids, one of who's in Aspen now, the ski team over there, and he just ran his first NORAM downhill recently. We did all this ski stuff, and every time they can get over here, they bring their stuff in because they're like, we don't trust anybody else, we want you guys to set it. And so we can do some very exotic things there that we picked up and learned. We'll go through training. This past fall, we had one of our reps from one of the machine companies came in, and we learned a lot just in, this is how we've been doing stuff, but he looks at the machine, says, okay, well, you could vary your pattern, you could change it up this way, and we found through testing this may slide better, or it may be more efficient to process our fleet. I've got 1,000 pair of skis that when we hit spring break, we've got 500 or 600 out on the hill all at once, and so we need them all tuned, we need them all set up well, and so efficiency becomes a big deal then to get everything through. And with the stuff we've got in here, we can go through pretty quickly, repair, and get things back in service. So they're back out there on the snow and theoretically sliding good. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, right on. Well, let's